What a warm welcome along then to our coverage of this PL2 Division 2 game. Delayed kickoff at Thorp, but finally about to get underway at the old famous Leeds United training ground, Sunderland. Versus Leeds today. Leeds looking to make it 6 in a row in PL2 Division 2. Very quickly run you through the two teams as the two sides are made to swap ends here at Thorp. So Leeds go with Casilla, Drame, Davis, Jenkins, Cresswell, Casey, Costa, Huggins, Galhart, Roberts and Somerville. The bench from Mark Jackson's side is Capriel, Kenner, Shackleton, Greenwood and Pervader. For Sunderland today, it is Patterson, Richardson, Dunn, Wilding, Taylor, Armand, Hawks, Hackett. One of two trialists will start up front, Stephen Wern and Ellis Taylor. And the bench for Elliot Dickman's side is Wunwell, a trialist, Harris, Baggs and Foster. So Leeds traditionally expected to go with a 4-1-4-1 formation, expecting Tyler Roberts to lead the line. Joe Galhart and Niall Huggins playing a little bit further behind him. Niall Huggins today getting a run in centre of midfield, rather than the wing-back role we've seen him play earlier in the campaign. Referee finally gets this game underway. Leeds looking to make it 6 wins in a row in PL2 Division 2, hoping to stretch their lead to 10 points at the top of the table. Unbeaten in 8 at home, which hopefully haven't just jinxed. Last defeats for Leeds at Thorp Arch or at a home venue was February 2020 in the Premier League Cup. Leeds beats Sunderland last time the two sides met. That was 3-1 back in the reverse fixture. And Sam Greenwood, who was playing against his former club that day, got a hat-trick. Might have to work incredibly quickly to repeat that feat, starting on the bench this afternoon as Leeds work it out towards the left-hand side, where Roberts will drop into midfield. Somerville goes wide towards Drame. Costa on the right-hand side. Somerville starting on the left for the time being. Drame, beautiful turn inside. Now he's got options to go to Galhart. Neat turn from Galhart. Costa with a chance to shoot and puts that one high over the bar. But Leeds starting opposite flanks. How the Costa started last time out on the left. Expected Somerville to start on the right, but those two I'm sure can swap round. And Galhart looks as if he's going to start as the starting striker rather than Tyler Roberts. So a bit of a mix of what we expected as Sunderland get ready to take the first goal kick a minute and a half in. Unlucky there to try and read the bounce of that ball. He's not played the last couple of weeks, Joe Galhart, so I'm sure fans will be excited to see him back in action as Cresswell goes back to Casilla in goal. Davis down the line to Somerville, a crisp pass from the Leeds number 11 as Jack Jenkins gets on the ball. He's just taking their time. Sunderland have not played since December 14th, their last outing, so a long time off for Sunderland's team today as Drame gets the ball into the box. It's a dangerous one and it's been turned away. He managed to creep in the corner. Leeds will get the corner. Good ball in, and Cody Drame's had a positive start to the afternoon. Yeah, Elliot Dickman's Sunderland side are now 10th in the table with 4 games in hand on some of their teams, so whether or not they've got the sharpness to keep up with the Leeds today. Without their top scorer as well, Mitchell Curry's their main threat with 7 goals. He's not in the 11 this afternoon. Leeds with Huggins to take the set piece. Galhart's lurking on the edge of the box. It's low and hard towards the near post. Roberts was the man attacking it. It will be bounced back behind the goal at Thorp Arch, and it'll be another corner for the Whites. Casey and Cresswell making late runs towards the far post. It's again into the dangerous zone. Somerville misses a real chance to hook that ball into the corner. Perhaps could have gone with his head rather than the sweeping left boot, as Costa's now got the opportunity to cross or play it back to Jenkins. Good movement from Huggins, just trying to find a bit of space for Leeds as they've worked it out wide. And Sunderland's pressure isn't intense at the moment as Tyler Roberts glides past one. Inside ball to Joe Galhart, and Leeds Nice and patent so far. Nearly 4 minutes into this game, still goalless. Davis to Roberts. Leeds carving them open. That pass too strong. Will be a goal kick to today's visitors.
Stay high. Don't drop too early. Stay up.
On this cut. Stay with me. Stay with me on this cut. Stay high. Stay high.
Good.
Lock shoulder. Hey, cover in.
Second ball when you come over a bit. Around the second ball.
Patterson aiming for the Sunderland trialist today. Cresswell beats him in the air. Davis just about keeps that ball in. His first touch wasn't ideal for him to try and start an attack, but he's done enough to find Somerville, who in turn finds Jenkins. And now Drame goes down the line to Costa. Costa just can't keep it in and go past the Sunderland left back, Kieran Dunn. Does win a throw in though for Leeds. Ty Roberts, nice and early telling Drame he wanted that ball. He goes past one Sunderland player really nicely there, Ty Roberts. That pass just too close to the defender. He goes into the challenge and he's looking really positive, Ty Roberts, getting on the ball as much as he can. Interesting to see that Charlie Cresswell and Ollie Casey have perhaps swapped sides today. It's normally they play the other way around. Cresswell plays left centre-back, Casey plays right, but different for today. Here's Gallagher. Oh, it's a really nice ball back in towards Niall Huggins. He's beaten to it. It will be another corner. Now Huggins' supportive runs from midfield have been pretty impressive as well. Costa with the corner. It's cleared away. Only as far as Somerville though. Ball cleared towards Costa. Down the throat of the keeper. Still not fully clear. Costa back to Gallagher. Gallagher's trying to find a bit of space. Dances past two. Goes for goal. And once more, just like Heather Costa before him. Too easy down the throat of the keeper. But Joe Gallagher looking pretty sharp as well. Positive start this for Leeds, but it is still goalless. Sunderland have barely had a touch on the ball in the early stages. Here comes out to clear that pass back, and Somerville wins Leeds a throw-in. Drame, Costa, Roberts. Again, the pressure from Sunderland is not enough really to try and put Ty Roberts under any strain. Got enough time to turn. He's gone on an amazing run once more. He's been brought down. Referee says no free kick. Good header from Cresswell. Might have to do it again, and he does. Now with Josh Hawkes of Sunderland, who tries to go for the one ball down the line. Drame into Jenkins. Confident play from Jenkins. Somerville is brought to the ground. A robust challenge. Sunderland's right back thought he'd got a touch to it. Kenton Richardson. Referee disagrees and Leeds get the free kick. Other games going on in PL2 Division 2 today. I'll bring you the score updates as that ball's bounced out for a goal kick. It is still Newcastle 0, Burnley 0. That game's been playing for over 50 minutes, and Crystal Palace Norwich kicked off at the same time as our game, and that is also 0-0. So not exactly a glamorous day so far in PL2 Division 2, but the table for Leeds, they sit top, 7 points clear of Stoke. It's then Wolves, Villa, Reading and Fulham. didn't get the chance to play Wolves and bridge the gap last week after the game was postponed, so that game will be one to watch later in the season. Of course, they beat Stoke last time out by a single goal to nil. Diego Llorente with the goal here at Thorp Arch, as Leeds trying to put the pressure on with Davis coming flying out of defence. The man marking system working effectively there. Cresswell with another header. Jenkins goes across to cover as Leeds under pressure for the first time, but Jenkins makes sure it's only for a split second. Magnificent first touch that from Drame over the shoulder. Under pressure, keeps it nice and calm and goes across to Casey. Casey gets it back from Somerville. He's got Cresswell alongside him, and Leeds less than 10 minutes in. On top, best chances have fallen to Costa and Gelhardt. Keeper Anthony Patterson, though, on hand to deny both of those, as Roberts, again in so much space, picks up the ball, has the opportunity to carry it even further. Works it to Cody Drame, who's gone on the overlapping run, cuts inside. It's good this from Drame. Leeds with Drame trying to maybe try one trick too many. It shows the confidence levels, though. He's playing really far forward as Gelhardt gets in there, gives it to Costa. Will he go onto his stronger left foot? Helder Costa goes for goal. Oh, and it hits the post. Really unlucky as Leif Davies tries to follow up. Leeds, it looks like a case of when they're going to score. Drame again doing the harder work as he slides the ball down the line to Costa, and again the space is vast for Leeds. Into Gelhardt. Can he find the way into the box? Joe Gelhardt normally has a trick or two to find that little pocket of space for a pass. He goes to Huggins. There is Jenkins, and out wide is Davis. Davis to Somerville. Back into Jenkins. The pass just a little bit behind him, but Leeds keep possession. Everyone back for Sunderland as Drame gets it. It's to Costa. Gelhardt's just peeling away from the centre of the attack to try and find an angle for a pass, but instead Leeds go back out towards this left-hand side. Davis, great feet. He's brought down. It'll be a free kick to Leeds.
Brandon, keep organising them, well done.
Biggest chance of the match that so far for Sunderland to defend that Costa strike. Joe Gelhardt with a follow-up effort. And then Costa, of course, just hitting the post a few moments ago. So how the Costas looked bang up for the occasion again. Leeds, massive match this for the club in terms of the position in the table. They can go 10 points clear at the top as we start to get into the business end of the campaign. They'll know from previous experiences just how hard it is, though, to maintain that form. On a terrific run under Mark Jackson as Leeds tried to open the scoring here. You've got Costa, a potential left-footed cross. Huggins with the right. It will be Costa. Goes to the far post. Somerville's peeled away. Now he's on his usual stronger right-hand side. Needs to get to the byline and cross it in. Tries to do that. Keeper flaps at it, but it's gone behind originally from that Somerville touch. And it will be a goal kick to Sunderland with just over 12 and a half minutes gone. Reminder of the Leeds bench today is Kenner, Shackleton, Greenwood and Pervader. So lots of options for Leeds should they need to make changes, as we see replay of that Costa strike. Could be one of those that gets to 45 minutes, and as per usual we have seen with the 23s, there is often changes to be made at the break, as Huggins could be one of those that goes into a different position as he gets dispossessed. Casir again off his line very quickly. Good job, the Sunderland trialists had managed to get in between the two Leeds defenders and gives Casey some work to do. Now it's out onto the opposite flank for Josh Hawkes to try and get past Davis, who sticks to the task. Somerville as well. Cody Drame from right back is over at left back, just because that's the Leeds United way nowadays. Stays with his marker, helps Leeds get the ball back. Here's Davis. Cresswell to Jenkins, and again Sunderland have got the 10 players behind the ball just to try and do all the pressurising himself. Helped for a split second by a centre midfielder in Jake Hackett, but again Leeds dictating the play. Costa. Drame again tries to go for an ambitious 1-2, and it's come off to the byline across the face of goal. The keeper gets a touch to it. Helder Costa towards Gelhardt, and those two have combined really nicely so far. Casey works the ball out to Davis. There is Roberts. Roberts looks over the shoulder, tries to pick a pass. He's found a really nice one in towards Costa. There's Gelhardt. Gelhardt goes down. Surely that's a penalty. And Joe Gelhardt upended in the box. Referee not interested in any of the appeals. The touch just beforehand took it away from the defender. Well, they're adamant there wasn't enough of a touch. Well, Tyler Roberts has asked for the ball to take the penalty, put his arm up. I think Joe Gelhardt's actions suggest that he's not really interested. He's tried to hide the ball. It's not the first time Joe Gelhardt's been upended this season. Now it's a question of who wins the debate for a spot kick. And Tyler Roberts appears that he might have called rank, and he's trying to let Joe Gelhardt down gently. I'm sure with the way Leeds are playing at the moment, he'll get his opportunity to get a goal himself, but Roberts will get the chance to open the scoring for Leeds. Roberts right-footed against Anthony Patterson. Up he steps, sends in the wrong way, and Tyler Roberts gets another goal for the under-23s. Joe Gelhardt celebrates with him, and Leeds open the scoring. It's been coming. Sustained pressure, some great football. And Sunderland's will is eventually broken after a foul in the box, despite their claims. It's a good penalty as well for Tyler Roberts. Nice and crisp in the bottom corner. And make sure after their little debate, not a disagreement, just a debate of who was going to take it, make sure that he does the job and puts Leeds firmly in control of this game. They'll be hoping to add to this lead as the half goes on. Somerville into Huggins. Sunderland get the ball back. It's with Hawks. Earlier ball again for Sunderland. That's their main tactic so far. They're trying to play it quickly up front towards their trialist for the afternoon. They haven't given him much service. The sun's directly in a lot of these Leeds players' eyes. Casilla and the defence have had to certainly watch that with those high balls forward, but Sunderland haven't had too much of it to try and put them under pressure. As Roberts' pass is a little way, but it's a good job he's left that pass for now and not for the penalty. Made no mistake with the spot kick as Leeds lead by a single goal. Still, if you're only just tuning in to LUTV, it has been a pretty comfortable opening 20 minutes, but as they've already been punished this season when they're in good positions, Leeds know fully just how dangerous this league can be. They're potentially going to go 10 points clear, and it's through nothing but hard work as Roberts is fouled. Casey or Davis will, I'm sure, come across to take it. Could even leave it for keeper Kiko Casilla, but they take it short this time. Cresswell carries it over halfway. He's got plenty of options. Drame is the one he picks. Gelhardt again just trying to peel away and drag the centre backs or centre midfielders out. Could lead for a bit of space for Roberts or Huggins to exploit in behind. Again, Roberts peeling away and trying to help Leeds stretch the players. It's going to find its way towards Cody Drame, who flicks it wide to Costa. Huggins now on the overlapping run. He's ignored. Here is Gelhardt. Gallagher almost goes for goal. He tries to dig the ball out for Davis. It's going to be kept in that by Leif Davis, or at least it could have been. He just misread it himself, and it is going to be a throw-in to Sunderland. Also had a penalty. Oh, sorry, also had a goal, should I say, in the Burnley game. They lead Newcastle by a single goal to nil. Half an hour left in the northeast as Davis beaten in the air. It will be a Leeds throw-in. Here's Jenkins. Out wide to Costa. Drame into Roberts. One-touch football for Leeds is exquisite to watch. It's worked back out to Huggins. He slips, unfortunately. That would have been one of the, well, one of a long list of goals of the season contenders for Leeds U23s this season. Back heel's involved, but just couldn't get that last touch to have a strike towards goal, and it's all the way back to Casilla and Davis. Cresswell looking for Somerville. It just falls short, and Leeds have to work very hard to get it back, and they've done that in a split second. It will be a throw into Mark Jackson's side, 1-0. Drame to Roberts. Not much for Roberts to aim at in that corner, but he does pick out Huggins. Huggins keeps it simple and goes back to Cody Drame, who doesn't want to go with that first time cross. Back to Gallagher again, who always seems to find that bit of space on the edge of the box for a shot. This time he's taken out wide as Drame goes and finds Roberts again. Ty Roberts toying with the Sunderland defence. It's into Gallagher. He's going to try and poke it home, and he's unlucky. Good save from the keeper. Joe Gallagher, quick touch out of his feet. Went for that bottom corner. And those two enjoying playing together this afternoon. On the same page, plenty of similar movements, taking it in turns to come wide and get into central positions. But again, Gallagher just shuffling his feet to get back into that little bit of space on the penalty spot. Just couldn't get the required power with that poked effort into the corners. Leeds look for that second goal, and a bit more nitty-gritty, having to dig up plenty of yards in midfield with some ambitious headers from the Leeds midfield. Jenkins and co, and Huggins getting involved. But now back to the fluent passing that Leeds have shown so far, as Somerville goes down the line for Davis. He takes a touch. It's going to be too heavy, and Sunderland deal with that, and it is going to be a goal kick.
You've got to get in.
Roberts once more, carving through the middle of that Sunderland midfield. His passage just a little bit behind Somerville. Will be back-to-back goal kicks for today's visitors as we just cross over the halfway point of the first half. If you're just sitting down this Monday afternoon to watch the 23s, it was a delayed kick-off. So rather than 1 o'clock, it was 2 p.m. that we got underway, or just after a further delay as well. But Leeds on top. Kiko Casilla and the Leeds goal has had nothing but a couple of clearances to do. And Tal Roberts, his penalty, the difference is Cresswell comes flying out of defence to challenge for that header. Doesn't get too much of a touch on it, but his presence is enough to help Leeds win the ball back. Cresswell having to shield his eyes from the sun to try and pick out a pass. I'm sure he'll relish the second half a lot more. Somerville back to Casey. He's got Jenkins just in front of him, always offering his services for a short pass to try and kickstart a move. Huggins to Drama, who's playing a lot further forward than he has done the last couple of weeks. Has done it in Sparks Cody Drama. He started off the season quite defensive, of course, just following the tactics of the team, but today very ambitious getting forward as Leeds win the ball back. Sunderland's players didn't seem to be appealing for a free kick, but the man that was caught on the sideline, Josh Hawkes, come off a little worse than perhaps expected, as Roberts can't keep it in play. It will be a Sunderland throw-in, and Black Cats just trying to get a few tactics discussed with the coaching staff, as the player is still down, so we're going to get a break in play if the referee allows their physio team to come onto the field. And Burnley have doubled their advantage against Newcastle.
He's played the ball there. If he's upper body contact, I've not seen that out, which clearly there is. All right. I think that's his head off the ground. All right. Huh? We did bang them down.
Game looks like it's going to get back underway. 20 minutes or so to go until the end of the first half. Leeds going to try and pin Sunderland in on the edge of their own box. At worst, consider a long ball downfield that they can then mop up as Davis looks for Gelhardt. It will be straight back in Leeds' hands from a throw-in. Roberts' pass was a little short, but Casey bails him out of trouble with a fine interception. Here is Drame again. Out wide to Costa. Costa's going to try and dribble his way through the Sunderland midfield. Back to Jenkins. Sunderland's pressure again. Perhaps need to be a bit tighter if they're going to put some of these Leeds players under more strain, as Davis once more. Jenkins was asking for that all the time, but ignored as Case is going to go cross-field. Go to Drame again with a fine first touch. Not easy in these conditions. Pitch not ideal underfoot. Sun shining. Davis has Roberts asking for it inside. Roberts to Somerville. Wants the return pass. Somerville and Davis getting each other's way. Sunderland's clearance up to the trialist, and he's clipped from behind by Cresswell, who went through the back of him. Just what Sunderland need him to do is win some free kicks. Try and stop the flow of Leeds attacks as they push for that second or even third goal before half-time. Drame wins the tackle. Beats done to the ball, and Leeds can start to build out from the back once again. Casey wide to Davis. He's got Somerville down the line. Those wingers for Leeds, Somerville and Costa, have yet to swap, or will not do so until after the break, as Roberts is fouled. Sunderland had hoped that was going to be play on. They had their first real chance to run at the Leeds defence all game. Roberts takes it quickly, trying to release Costa as Huggins gets to the ball, flicks it inside to Somerville, who was lucky to not get a boot to the face. The Sunderland player was certainly coming with full commitment, as here is Costa, plays the ball to Gelhardt. It's a great first touch, takes it away from the defender, inside to Huggins, needs a bit more space. Huggins looking for Roberts. It's going to nearly bounce its way towards Roberts. It was Somerville, in fact, that Huggins was looking for. And Leeds are unlucky not to get a second, but they come again with Davis into the box, looking for Somerville again. Gelhardt gets out of his feet, flicks it to Cody Dramé. Shooting room for Cody Dramé if he wants to take it, but decides against it. Keeps the attack flowing with Costa. Everybody behind the ball for Sunderland, trying to force Leeds into a mistake. Jenkins again just doesn't take any unnecessary chances, keeps the ball. Davis into the box, he was looking for Costa. We've connected, could have smashed the ball into the back of the net. They got there before him, but again he comes, tries to nutmeg the defender, and Dunn gets to it first, and he is going to try and bring it away, but he's nearly put himself into trouble. Kept in. Jenkins gets it. Someone in Lee's shirt needs to tell him he had a bit more time than that as Sunderland try and come forward. Potential handball. Good battle from the Whites. Almost like this game's been played in just one half, and there's an imaginary brick wall that Sunderland just can't seem to break down. It's just bouncing back at them from halfway. Their players are doing all they can to outfox Leeds. Get the quicker counter attack going as Jenkins to Dramé, puts plenty of power on that as Dramé looks inside. Huggins into Gelhardt again. Gelhardt onto his favoured left foot, goes for the near post this time, and the keeper gets down to it. Looked as if Joe Gelhardt was going to go far corner. The keeper's done well to read that and make sure that Leeds are kept at bay. More fantastic footwork from Leeds United's set number 9, which is Joe Gelhardt. And the afternoon for Tyler Roberts looks to be over. Sam Greenwood, his replacement, doesn't seem to be carrying a knock. Tyler Roberts, so it could well have been a pre-planned substitution. 30 minutes for Leeds United's Tyler Roberts, and on comes Sam Greenwood. And just when Sunderland's players think it's a little bit easier watching Tyler Roberts leave the pitch, one of their former teammates comes on. Scored a hat-trick last time he played against them. And they're doing everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen again, but stopping Sam Greenwood is a different kettle of fish altogether as Jenkins goes wide to Davis. Davis with a really good pass inside, watches it all the way. Greenwood wants to get involved from the off, pings the pass to the far post. It's too much on it for Dramé. It will bounce behind as Tyler Roberts makes his way to the changing rooms at Thorp Archer. The job done, goal scored, and Leeds leading, thanks to him, by a single goal to nil. Cresswell wins yet another header. And again to find Costa. Costa's touch not good enough to take it away from the Sunderland player. Huggins does get there, wins Leeds a throw-in. Davis's ball was a very ambitious Cody Dramé. Once again, terrific work. Might have jinxed him with that pass, but the turn was so good from Cody Dramé. He's led the way for Leeds at right back, which perhaps sounds pretty mad, but again, he's just been charging down the right-hand side. He's been coming on inside runs as well to get to the edge of the box to help out, and defensively hasn't put a foot wrong either. So he, Roberts, Gelhardt have certainly led the way. And Huggins has not been too far behind. The same have held the Costa, and everyone for Leeds just playing with such confidence. 6 wins in a row will do that if they complete the job today. 5 in a row so far, and unbeaten at home since February 2020. They know when they get to play at Thorp Arch or other stadiums in Leeds that they have the advantage, or at least have done in recent weeks. As Dramé again dribbles his way past a couple of Sunderland players, still has the ability to crawl his way along the floor and keep it. Sunderland's players need to try and get hold of Cody Dramé if they're trying to get a result today. Hopefully for Leeds that doesn't happen. Jenkins to Davis. He's got Somerville over his left shoulder. Doesn't use him this time. Jenkins again, so much space. Looks over that way and finds Somerville. It's a beautiful pass right into his stride as Somerville tries to get a bit more involved. He's done nothing wrong so far as Jenkins is caught late but gets the ball away. Drame to Costa. Costa cuts the ball back and Sunderland deal with it. Good covering defence from today's visitors, but Leeds again just making real light work of it from left to right, back and forth. And when the opportunity comes, they're getting the ball in the box and trying their hand. And if it wasn't for Anthony Patterson in the Sunderland goal, it could well be 4-0 by now. Jenkins is unable to keep that pass in a Leeds shirt. He just slips as he gets it away. He seemed to kick the floor before, and that's Sunderland's best chance of this half to try and launch a counter-attack, and Leeds just take it away from them. A number of Black Caps players are flying forward then. The tactics are pretty apparent. Davis to Greenwood, wanting to try and make the return pass, but couldn't do so, so he keeps it nice and tight and goes to Casey, back to Cresswell. Somerville has Davis over on the left. Goes and finds Leeds United number 3. Picks out Jenkins to Cresswell. Cresswell hasn't tried too many crossfield balls today. He has kept trying to look further downfield. The sun's in his eyes. He's struggling a little bit. I'm sure in the second half he'll try to spread the ball a bit quicker that way. As Casey comes across and just deals with this and puts the ball out of play, as we need a new ball at Thorp on that far side. Referee does want a word though with Crescencio Somerville and Kenton Richardson, who have probably been at each other, such as the need that the referee thinks he needs to get involved. Crystal Palace have scored at home to Norwich in a game in this division as well. Leeds haven't played either of those two in the last 5, but Sunderland have. They were able to beat Norwich last time out, and they lost to Palace a few weeks ago, so plenty of teams in the middle of the table getting the better of each other. Leeds trying to break forward. Gallagher on the deck as Somerville gets in there as Costa. Oh, what a touch towards Greenwood. Greenwood, and the keeper denies him. Fabulous save, gets straight away off his line, Anthony Patterson. Offside flag had gone up against Greenwood. It wouldn't have counted anyway, but Leeds just carving them open through the middle. Really confident one-touch play. Sam Greenwood nearly had 4 in 2 against his former club, who saw the quality he has, I'm sure, in abundance before he went on to Arsenal. He's got a terrific free kick, Sam Greenwood, in the reverse fixture. Katie calls rank there, make sure Drame knows it was his ball, and Casilla goes wide to Cody Drame, and Casilla plays a simple pass to Casey. Casey again taking control with around 8 minutes to go until the end of this first half. Leeds 1, Sunderland 0. Tal Roberts' penalty, the difference between the two teams. That goal coming in the 16th minute. Tal Roberts has since been replaced. It's like a routine change for Sam Greenwood on the half-hour mark, as it's wide to Costa, who just about keeps that ball in play. Sunderland, though, fighting for it. Should be an away throw-in, and is.
Casey behind me. Come on. Come on, react. Come on, react. Come on.
Davis to Jenkins. Jenkins down the line for Greenwood. Gallagher making his way into the box ever so slowly. Doesn't expect the pass anytime soon. It doesn't come. Again, just dropping off a couple of yards short of that edge of the box for Jenkins. Doesn't get used this time, but again he'll pop up. This time he gets it from Drame. Again, Joe Gallagher tries to play it into the feet of Greenwood. Gets it to Huggins. Costa to Drame, whose array of flicks have been very vast today. He's been keeping these in his locker all season. Costa draws a couple of fouls early in the game. This time it's his turn to make a mistimed tackle. Yeah, could have Drame box of tricks this afternoon. We've had some little back heels, little Marseille turn a few moments ago. Obviously been waiting for the start of the new year to unleash them as Leeds wait for this goal kick. Charlie Cresswell's won most of the headers so far. Big challenge for him today to keep their trialist at bay, as he'll no doubt be underneath this one. And is concedes a throw-in. Josh Hawks to take. Drame concedes another throw-in as he just gets ahead of the defender Kieran Dunn, who's going a bit further forward, allowing Hawks to take the throw-ins. He's going to try and get in behind, and I'm looking to try and win any form of set piece, but with a heavy touch he can't do so. Leeds just like that one bounce wide, and will take the throw-in short. It's into Huggins. Drame across goal, nobody there to attack the ball for Sunderland, and Casilla sweeps it further wide to Leif Davis. Jenkins to Greenwood. Greenwood's first time to really stretch out the legs. He goes wide to Somerville. Somerville will try and get into the box. He turns them one way and another. Now tries to go for the cross. That could well be a goal kick. I think it has. It's good defending that from Sunderland. Somerville looked as if he was going to get the wrong side of the defender ready to shoot, but just at the last second they've hit the ball against his legs, and it will be yet again another goal kick with 4 minutes to go until the end of the first half. Sunderland win the high ball, but referee said it's a free kick, and I'm not sure if Leeds post was pushed in the build-up, but Leeds take it quickly. No moaning from them, and still looking for that second goal. Despite the quality shown and the ease that they've seemed to get around the park, it is still just the one goal from Mark Jackson's side. I'm sure they'll be looking for a couple more as quickly as possible. Just put this game to bed. Cresswell again just seemingly struggling with that low sun at Thorp Arch. Davis to Jenkins. The deep defensive line for Sunderland, so Leeds can't go for the killer ball straight away through the middle. Going to try and work the spaces, work the angles as Drame goes to Costa. Sunderland are putting two men on Helder Costa once he gets the ball as Jenkins goes wide. It's another fantastic ball from right to left from Jack Jenkins. Allows Davis that little bit of time to think about what he's going to do. Somerville traps the ball underneath the studs. Again, Leeds showing no signs of any panic. They've got the goal they want. They're not having to rush for a first. Bit better pressure from Sunderland to put Cresswell under a bit more strain as they work it out wide into Huggins. Oh, beautiful touch out of his right foot, opens up his body to just give it to Somerville, but he couldn't follow suit. See Niall Huggins in a slightly different role. We've only seen him play centre midfield maybe 2 or 3 times since he's been in the 23 squad, so another opportunity to see what he can bring to the future of this team. Cresswell to Drame, drills the ball at him. Dramé manages to keep it under control, but Sunderland get to him. This is the first chance in a while they've got of attacking. Good touch that from Dunn. He's got past Jenkins on his way forward to the edge of the box. It's worked wide. That touch is poor though, and Charlie Cresswell, right man at the right time, just picks the pocket, and now on his way down the right hand side. Charlie Cresswell getting a bit further forward. Beautiful feet as well. Now he turns it back and goes back to halfway as Joe Gelhardt tries to carry on the run. It's almost like a relay team as Gelhardt tries to play it forward. Cresswell carrying the baton with style and finesse. Ball in. Here's Costa, and he's put it wide. Huge opportunity for Leeds, and Helder Costa looks at the floor for some form of excuse as to why he's missed it. Don't think the flag's going to go up against Costa, and it should be too. He's had a marvellous first half for Leeds 23s. He's been involved. He's danced his way through the defence, and Davis has picked him out. It's a great run, and he just has to put his foot through it. Took his eye off the ball, and Leeds only lead by that goal to nil. But Charlie Cresswell, once again, carrying the team forward, helped by Dramé and Gelhardt. And it really has been an enjoyable first 45 minutes for Leeds. I'm sure the perfectionists, though, will be wanting a second. Sat at home watching as Dramé can't get to that. Cresswell under a bit of pressure here. He might have to go a bit more of a route one option. He does really well, in fact, to win a goal kick for Leeds. Kiko Casillas' role of ball boy this first half continues. That had anything to do. Picked a couple of quick through balls off in the first 25 minutes, but since then just been another option for a pass for the centre half. As Greenwood asking for the ball in the centre circle. He gets it, wants to attack straight away. Dramé and Costa will be his intended targets. It's again a really nice pass. Greenwood, the man that picked him out. Dramé wants a corner. By his reaction, he hasn't got it. I've really struggled, Sunderland, to keep him at bay, keep him marked. The runs he makes, he's further forward than Helder Costa for the most of today so far. Clearly a tactic they've been working on. It's Leeds' first game for a couple of weeks. It's Sunderland's first game for nearly a month. Or over a month, should I say. They'll be hoping to regroup after the interval. If Leeds can get a second before then, it'll certainly change the team talks. Greenwood to Gelhardt. Great back heel to playing Helder Costa, who's looking across the box to try and pick out a teammate. Out comes the keeper. Having a fine game, Anthony Patterson in the Sunderland goal. Big frame. Kept himself big as well to deny Leeds as they just try and keep it at 1-0 before the end of this first 45 minutes. Cresswell just can't get to that Sunderland attack. He was a couple of inches away. That pass is short. Somerville tracking back, working hard. He wanted to attack, but the referee has brought the first half to a close. So a really good first half performance from Leeds 23s. They've been in total control. Just a single goal though. Tyler Roberts' penalty. Joe Gelhardt fouled in the 16th minute. Roberts stepped up to score before his afternoon was ended by a sub with Sam Greenwood on his place. It's been great to watch Leeds. Hopefully they can get a few more goals in the second half. Join us on LUTV for all the second half coverage in around 15 minutes time.
To 11 and Leeds are on the attack again, and Harrison up and into the penalty area. This is a chance for a shot. Oh, he scored! Oh yes, what a strike! Leeds United mark a return to the Premier League with a fantastic goal from Jack Harrison. Made it himself, found a space, drilled a shot in emphatically. Plays the ball into the box. Here's Cleek. Oh, he scored! What a finish! And Leeds are level again. An incredible game. And Leeds create another wonderful moment here at Anfield. And Matthias Cleek drives the ball in for 3-3. Pulled in now, and it's headed out to the far post, and there's Helder Costa, and Costa scores! A terrific strike from Helder Costa. Puts it up into the roof of the net. What a finish. Leeds United, what a start. Leeds 1, Fulham 0. Looking for a bit of support. Sees a run on the left side of Harrison. Sees also Bamford in the penalty area. Oh, great finish. Terrific finish from Patrick Bamford. Super stuff. Just rolled the ball past the dive of the goalkeeper. And he plays the ball into the penalty area. Costa! Oh, terrific goal. And Patrick Bamford, goal scorer 1 minute, provider the next. Fantastic approach play, and what a lovely finish up into the top corner of the net. He's got a run from Rodrigo. He's played it into Bamford. Bamford's in the D. Bamford turns goalwards. He has a shot. Oh yes! Terrific goal from Patrick Bamford. How about that one? Up in the top corner. Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 2. To Shackleton, back to Costa, to Patrick Bamford, still Patrick Bamford. Oh yes! What a way to get your hat-trick! That is truly magnificent football from Leeds United, and a quite fantastic finish from Patrick Bamford for the hat-trick. Aston Villa 0, Leeds United 3. Comes for Bamford in the penalty area. Bamford drives, and this one is a goal from Patrick Bamford. Set up again by Cleek, and he took it on the half volley, and he just blasts it into the back of the net. Tries a shot, oh my word! What a goal from Rafinha! He absolutely drills that one from outside the penalty area into the bottom corner of the net. A glimmer of a chance to cross and attack now, and it's Phillips who's played a lovely ball in to Bamford. Bamford past the keeper. Patrick Bamford comes back to Stamford Bridge and scores a goal for Leeds United. What a moment. He'll enjoy that one. Leeds United are in front. Chelsea 0, Leeds 1. Brings it down well on the chest. Great ball switched out to Harrison. Harrison stretches to keep the ball in play. First time volley cross. Rodrigo. Oh, what a goal! What a goal that is! Rodrigo with a diving header from a magnificent cross from Jack Harrison. That's another one to remember. Leeds United 2, Newcastle United 1. Comes in from Longstaff, heads go up in there again. Now Leeds can break away again because Hernandez has it on the edge of the penalty area, and he's played it on to Jack Harrison, and now it's 3v2, and it's Harrison with Cleek out wide of him, and it's Harrison who's still going up towards the edge of the penalty area. Oh! You know what's just happened there, don't you? Jack Harrison has fired in an absolute fizzer. Tries to play the ball into Rafinha, does play the ball into Rafinha, lays it off for Stuart Dallas to have a try. Oh, fantastic goal from Stuart Dallas. In it goes towards the head of Bamford, big shout for handball, breaks out for Alioski. Oh, what a strike from Alioski. Absolute cracker, flies past the keeper into the far corner of the net. Come again now though with Alioski on his left-hand side. Plays a lovely ball infield to Jack Harrison, who comes in off the touchline and goes right through the middle and gets the ball through. Harrison's in front of goal. Harrison! Terrific goal from Jack Harrison. Super fine finish up into the top corner of the net. Dallas further wide to Rafinha, in the touchline halfway line. Back it goes to Dallas, short ball. And Shackleton back to Dallas, and now Rafinha's made a great run and found space, and he's on the edge of the penalty area, and he's found room for the shot! Oh, Rafinha gets his goal! And the challenge is a good one halfway line now. Then Bamford picks it up for Leeds, and Bamford has Rodrigo off to his right-hand side. Rodrigo in the penalty area, trying to get the ball into his control, gives it up to the edge of the box to Rafinha! Oh, it's a lovely finish. Rodrigo the provider, Rafinha the finisher.
Rafinha midway inside the Newcastle half. Ayling goes outside him, but Rafinha carries the ball infield and then plays it out to Harrison, who's in space in the penalty area, and he shoots! Oh, what a finish from Jack Harrison! That's a tremendous goal from Leeds United, and it's all rounded off with a super finish from Jack Harrison. Leicester begin to purr a little, but Ayling intercepts the pass out to Barnes, and he carries it forward. Over the halfway line he goes, just rolls it into space for Bamford. Bamford plays a ball into Stuart Dallas. First time goal from Stuart Dallas! What a response from Leeds United! And it's another super team goal from the away team here. A brilliant response. It's 1-1. Dallas gets the goal. Bamford in the penalty area on the left foot. Oh, what a finish from Patrick Bamford! That's the way to end a run without a goal. He fires it up into the top corner, and just take a bow Rafinha as well, because it was a fantastic pass. Leeds United are in front. And Bamford is through as a one-on-one. It's Patrick Bamford into the penalty area. Bamford can win it. Squares it for Harrison! And Jack Harrison surely has scored the winning goal for Leeds United. And that is a terrific breakout. And it's a fine piece of play from Bamford to pick out Harrison, and an easy tap home for goal 3. Leicester 1, Leeds United 3.
Marching on together. We are Premier League. Be ready for Leeds. Join the journey. Welcome, JD.
Well, it was a different game back then. The question is, Tim, are Leeds ready to return? Has it been too long?
So Leeds, how's your football team doing? The big leagues aren't ready for Leeds, man. They aren't ready for Leeds, man.
Well, here I am at Ellen Road as they get ready to welcome back top-flight football for the first time in 16 years.
Well, here we go then.
Leeds United is about more than football. It's about the culture. It's about loyalty. It's like the song says, it stays with you forever. The pride in pulling on that jersey, playing for the city and its people. That's why I always tell off my second home. Leeds United!
welcome back to our coverage here on LUTV as Leeds United take on Sunderland at half-time. Leeds lead by a single goal to nil. They're going to make 2 more changes with Jamie Shackleton and Jan Poveda ready to go for the Whites. Sunderland are making a change of their own. Ryan Woonwell is coming on for Josh Hawkes. And the change for Leeds is their only 2 they've got left. They've made a change in the first half. Tyler Roberts was replaced by Sam Greenwood on the half-hour mark, suggesting, of course, it's a change for later in the week, perhaps with 13 minutes coming his way. As first change for Leeds sees Helder Costa replaced by Jan Poveda, and it is Leif Davis that is the other change, which means Niall Huggins, very short, will go back to left back. Jamie Shackleton will come into midfield. Just a straight swap for Jan Poveda, who for now appears to be occupying left-hand side of midfield, allowing Crescencio Somerville to go to his more regular right midfield slot as the game does get underway. And now Huggins is at left back as Ollie Casey catapults himself through the air to win the header. So if you're just tuning into our UTV, you're sitting down for this second half and wondering why we do have a half to go. We had a delayed kick-off at Thorp Arch till 2 o'clock, and Tyler Roberts, his penalty was the difference at the interval. Joe Gelhardt being fouled. Leeds a class above Sunderland in the first 45. Passing was crisp. They seem to be on the same wavelength in every single department. Every player seems to be knowing what each other's going to do, and it told the tale in the first 20 minutes. The movement was superb. Just a surprise that the scoreline is still just a single goal to nil. Huggins tries to go down the line. The pass is intercepted. Those very quick feet of Jamie Shackleton gets there first as Somerville slips but keeps the ball in Leeds' hands, wins a throw-in. Jenkins to Huggins. And Huggins decides to go on a bit of a run of his own. Takes his marker with him, back to Greenwood. Greenwood stays on side, goes for the ball to the far post. It's gone over Gelhardt's head. It hasn't gone past Somerville, who brings it under control. It is with Joe Gelhardt. He somehow gets it away, but Sunderland get there first. Cresswell wins the next ball, though, concedes a goal kick. But again, just that, I mentioned it in the first half, it is almost like there's a wall on the halfway line for Sunderland that the minute they touch it, it just cannot seem to break through and put the pressure on Leeds. But again, it's still just the 1 goal. This game is far from over. For all the pressure Leeds have had and all the joy they've had on the ball, they just want to be able to make that count. A couple more goals, extend their lead at the top of the table. It is 10 points they're looking to go clear at the top of the PL2 Division 2. Joe Gelhardt is up enders. Leeds get a free kick. Sunderland not allowing them to take it quick. And eventually Jenkins goes back to Casey. Huggins to Poveda. Poveda tries to dance his way through. Just for now, keeps it simple enough as Greenwood pings the ball out towards Cody Drama, who watches it like a hawk, gets it to Somerville. Somerville just drops the shoulder, cuts inside, just can't find that pass to Poveda until he goes further wide to Huggins. Poveda goes down towards the byline, tries to find a bit of space, just slips over the ball, still keeps it under control though. Huggins dances his way past, now a little inside ball. It's beautiful to watch this for Leeds. Can they capitalise with a goal? It's into Gelhardt, across the goal, but it's cleared away. Again, just sublime footwork from the Whites. Huggins and Poveda. There'll be some players to watch as Poveda nutmegs one. Gelhardt tries to follow suit. Gelhardt then goes wide, tries to get his foot around the ball. It's still not fully gone out of play. Poveda scoops it inside, looking for Greenwood. Only cleared as far as Somerville. Sunderland straight in his face, trying to win the ball back. They're not allowing Leeds to have a free shot on goal. Jenkins into Greenwood, takes it in his stride. It's a great touch from Sam Greenwood, draws the foul. The referee says no free kick, surprising. Sunderland, just for now, trying to keep their eye on the ball as they go down the line. This lack of action for Sunderland hasn't helped them. As I say, their last game was on the 14th of December. Of course, the cold weather, I'm sure, is due to play a big part of that. So it'll take them a couple of games to get back up to scratch. They've got 4 games in hand on some of their teams around them. They're still 10th in the table, so shows you the points they'd put on the board originally as Shackleton concedes a goal kick. Cresswell concedes the throw-in in Leeds' half, just couldn't keep it inside the line for Cody Drame. Sunderland's trialist taking on Leeds' defence into the box. This is the closest Sunderland have come for some time to that Leeds goal. Mark Jackson will be desperate to get the second. Just put them a little bit of a cushion, a bit more of a breathing space for Leeds. Huggins inside to Paveda. Paveda out towards Greenwood. Jenkins, Drame again in so much space, brings it under control, wants to flick it over the top to Somerville. What a ball. Just can't bring it under control, Crescencio Somerville. Drame goes and wins it straight back for Leeds. Picks out Shackleton, his first chance to really get a foothold in this game. Shackleton just dancing around, waiting to make the pass into Somerville. Here is Joe Gelhardt, wants the 1-2 with Greenwood, works the 1-2, still going Joe Gelhardt, goes away and it just misses the top corner. Goes wide of the first player, onto his stronger left foot, and it's that combination we saw at the start of the season. Joe Gelhardt into Greenwood, into the most narrowest of spaces, and he's a whisker wide from smashing that ball into the far corner. Immaculate weight on each pass, just to make sure Gelhardt had the chance. The touch was exquisite, and he just couldn't get it home. And again, he would have added to the array of goals that those two have scored between them as Paveda, another great bit of work from him, plays the ball into Somerville, in towards Shackleton, and Shackleton just can't get his foot through it. Again, the teamwork, the movement has been superb from Leeds. As Jan Paveda is trying to make the challenge, and he's come off worse. He's struggling to put weight on his leg there. Jan Paveda is in some pain. Fingers crossed it's just an impact injury and he can shake it off, and physios are going to be allowed to come on. Give Leeds' coaching staff a few minutes to just give the set of instructions again out to the players, Mark Jackson's team. It'll be a big blow to lose Jan Paveda. It's only a few seconds ago he was charging his way from left to right and playing in Crescencio Somerville, and just want to hope it's a simple enough injury that someone just trod on the ankle and it can be run off, and hopefully that's the case, but we wait for the news on that. Just joining us on LUTV. Boveda down getting some treatment after an ankle injury perhaps, or a lower leg injury, as he tried to make his way back for a tackle. That's the reason for the delayed game. Hopefully it's something he can run off. Just seen a replay of the Joe Gelhardt foul. He was brought down in the box. Tal Roberts inside the first half, 16 minutes in, nestling the ball in that bottom corner to make sure Leeds do have this narrow 1-0 advantage. But the scoreline doesn't tell you everything. Leeds have been in total control so far. Very important to make sure that don't get too carried away and suggest the game is done. They've played some magnificent football. The movement, the fact that everyone seems to just know each other's game inside out has been a joy to watch. They just need that second goal, but they look today like they're going out for a highlight reel sort of montage of goals. Everything seems to be really ambitious on the edge of the box. The confidence is flying through the players, and 5 wins in a row has done that. They're top of the table. They're 7 clear. And today it can be made 10 as Jan Poveda is back on his feet, but doesn't look, unless he's going to make a very quick recovery before he gets to the touchline, that it'll be an injury he can run off very easily. Jan Poveda is going to have to be helped from the field, so it's a bit of blow for Leeds. It's going to force a formation switch. Fingers crossed Jan Poveda isn't injured for a long time, and he is going to be able to make an impact not only for the 23s but for the first team in the very near future. Never nice to see anybody get injured for either side, but especially one that's just come on the pitch hoping to make a big impact. 10 minutes and his half and his afternoon is over. So with the scoreline as it is, Sunderland will certainly feel that there's more of a chance now to get a result here, and it would be some turnaround from barely having a kick of the ball. Jan Poveda is also just making his way back, whether he's rolled the ankle or not while trying to get involved, but straight away you could tell there was something amiss with the way he went down. Does get back underway, so there'll be a bit more stoppage time than normal. Again, we wish Jan Poveda all the best with his injury. Fingers crossed he's back involved in the next couple of days, and it's just something that will wear off after today. But Leeds have to regroup, they have to stay switched on. It's a player they've lost, and now to keep dictating the play and go and get that second goal, as Cresswell's now got it. Out to Cody Drame. Jenkins' role is always important, but it becomes even more so now, trying to guide the team around the park. So Casey slips. The lack of Sunderland shirts around him suggest they could have been a bit tighter, even got time to slip and then get back up and play the pass, as here is Jenkins. Sunderland straight away in his face, trying to force the error. Leeds playing very deep here. With Cresswell, ambitious ball for Shackleton. Now Leeds under pressure. Shackleton trying to race to get back and stop Dunn, who goes for goal. You can see he might have got a hand to that, and if he has, it's a very good save at full stretch. Just tips it over the bar, and Sunderland 58 minutes in finally make Kiko Garcia do something in the Leeds box. All so far today has been just making up ground, making a few clearances with his feet. Now he's on hand to really make sure that Leeds stay involved in this game, and this is a big moment in the match for Leeds. In total control with only 1 goal to their name. Now down a man disadvantage. The Trialis for Sunderland goes for goal. Nearly a mix-up at the back, but Cody Drame shows he's got a cool head to keep it under control as Joe Gelhardt brings it out of trouble. These perhaps just need a 5-minute spell where they just get used to their new style without Jan Poveda. Casilla towards Gelhardt. Again, just fine work from Joe Gelhardt. Looks for Greenwood. It's going to find its way through to Somerville. Somerville just can't pounce. Great ball forward that from Joe Gelhardt. Greenwood just couldn't bring it under control. On the hour mark, a free kick. Casey this time wins the header. Somerville's come to the left-hand side, like the position he held for the first 45 minutes. It won't be too alien to him as Casilla goes to Huggins. Huggins tries to play back into Casey, and Ollie Casey just steps up, and he's done everything right today, Ollie Casey. Barring that slip, he still kept the ball, but he has been very efficient. It looks like we've gone with Shackleton on one side and Drame on the other. Shackleton bursts into life trying to get back onto Drame's pass. He's done that, he's cut it back into the box. He just doesn't wrap his foot around it enough. Leeds can't have a chance or a shot towards goal, but changing system suggests that we're going to go for pace as Joe Gelhardt flies into the tackle. He's suggesting he won the ball. The ball did certainly bounce away from the Sunderland man, but I don't believe he did it with a clean, efficient tackle. I think he might have caught his man at the same time. Very passionate player, Joe Gelhardt, just like Sam Greenwood. Never afraid to put his foot in as a centre forward and try and win the ball back. The yellow card count for the season suggests it needs more work, but still, just exactly what you want to see from a Leeds perspective. The ball was there to win. Leeds fans will love Joe Gelhardt should he meet the first team in the years to come. A lot of the fan base certainly enjoy watching him at this level as well, as Leeds concede a corner and Sunderland just slowly working their way back into the game at 1-0. Ball to the far post, Drame gets ahead to it. I thought the Sunderland player touched that last. Referee disagrees, and a couple of the Leeds players, in particular Niall Huggins, in disbelief at that. It will be another set piece for Sunderland. Going across to take it is Stephen Wern. Huggins has roused a late runner into the box. Out he flies to try and stop it. Cross still makes its way into the area. Casey heads clear. Now Leeds with a chance to break. Huggins' pass was back into a dangerous position. Jenkins with an important touch. Leeds have to just shuffle back into the area again. Sunderland coming forward with the dangerous ball in. Gelhardt has to stay on his feet. Nobody for Leeds can dive in that penalty area. He's back out now to Richardson. And Somerville gets the ball and now uses that speed of his to break away. He's clipped. That'll be a yellow card all day long. And the only way to bring him under control there was to bring him down. He was flying down the middle of the park. And the Sunderland player is rightly shown a yellow card by today's official. Shame that for Leeds, because Crescencio Somerville was bursting forward. He probably could have gone on his own, but with three players in Sunderland's shirt alongside him, he could have played it to Shackleton or Greenwood. Sam Wilding, the Sunderland player that gets the card, as Casilla goes back to Casey. Pass is wayward. Leeds are claiming that took a touch off the Sunderland player, and it did. Good spot from the official. Drame to Jenkins, whose pass allowed Drame to just get a bit more space before the onrushing Sunderland players came towards him. Here's Huggins to Greenwood, who's just about quick enough to get it away from Wilding, who's putting the pressure on. Sunderland a bit more intent to drive at that Leeds defence. As Joe Gelhardt's first touch is very effective. His second is just as good as Shackleton bursts forward. He's got options in the box at the far post. Here is Niall Huggins. It gets to him. Huggins out of his feet and he smashes it into the far corner. A deadly counter-attack from the two speed merchants in this Leeds United 23's team. Shackleton to Huggins, and with 10 men, Leeds have got that second goal. It's such an important moment in this match. Niall Huggins doubles Leeds' advantage, and as it stands, Leeds are going 10 points clear at the top of PL2 Division 2. Great moment for Leeds. Shackleton bursting forward. Gelhardt involved as well. Somerville was trying to get involved. His flick, perhaps, of course, has played some part, and that's a great finish from Niall Huggins. Plenty of power. And hopefully he eases the pressure on that Leeds United defence. Just when Sunderland thought they'd got a big chance to get a goal back, they've got a man advantage, they're charging forward with a couple of set pieces. Leeds punished them. One of the best counter-attacks we've seen all season for the 23s. Huggins gets there with the interception. Sunderland trialist holding off Ollie Casey. Cresswell with a big clearance, heavy touch. Not the player you want to give that ball to is Crescencio Somerville. Here is Joe Gelhardt charging forward. Again, drops the shoulder, tries to bamboozle his way past this defender, takes him on, just holds up the play. Really nice work that from Joe Gelhardt, allows his teammates to come up and help. Yes, Sunderland players got back, but there was no one to attack with him as Gelhardt just shows a bit too much to the defenders, falls over. And Casey now charging forward. Well, Casey had a great game at centre-half today. Jenkins takes it past the on-rushing Sunderland number 8, Jake Hackett, with a couple of quick touches before going out to Cody Drameh. Disappointment for Drameh will be, of course, that sending off. He might have to be more conservative in his approach to get forward. Jenkins, crossfield ball looking for Huggins, who's on the overlap. If Huggins' runs anything to go by, then Drameh might still have the licence to roam. Gelhardt into Somerville, who's going to play a bit more of a different role today, having to come through the middle. Into Greenwood. Greenwood looking for a bit of space to turn. Holds the player off and now floats it out to Drameh again. Shackleton, the man supporting him in attack. Again, Somerville holds off one, goes wide to Drameh again. He's going to have the option to drive it further forward. He uses the ball into Gelhardt, who's too strong for the Sunderland defence. That should be a Sunderland throw-in, and is. And Gelhardt a bit unlucky there. Reaching this halfway point of the second half. Leeds 2, Sunderland 0. Referee just stopping the game there for Cody Drameh. I think he had to get for Joe Gelhardt, thinking a new shin pad by the looks of things. You can see her off his line, plays it to Jenkins. Jenkins plays it further forward to Huggins. It's a really well weighted ball, allows him to attack on the fly in towards Gelhardt, just gets underneath it. Good ball from Niall Huggins. Got the second goal this afternoon, but showing a clean pair of heels, charging forward down the left, making sure he's available. Now the well-weighted cross again, so Leeds in a good position here. Casey. Back to Garcia. Need to keep under very little pressure. That sharpness out the Sunderland attack, that adrenaline's soon disappeared for that second goal. And the bit between their teeth at 1-0, the man advantage. Just joining us, Jan Paveda had to go off with an injury, which again we hope is easily recoverable as possible. Nothing too serious, looked to be a foot or an ankle problem, but up to the medics to fully assess that as he came on as a second half sub. Shackleton to Jenkins. And now Casey on the ball. He's got Huggins at left wing back. Good ball into Joe Gallagher, who's normally so good at holding the ball up, and right on cue he does exactly that. Plays it into Niall Huggins. It's a terrific pass. Huggins is very unlucky. That's great defending from Sunderland. Last ditch tackle. The defenders come off worse with a slight injury here. That was Brandon Taylor. The tackle had to be made because that ball was fantastic from Gallagher again. Taylor's come off worse in the challenge, and we've got another delay for an injury. I hope for the Sunderland player is okay and the game can get back underway very shortly. Game is going to get back underway as the Sunderland player just leaves the field of play. Taylor patched up and ready to go. Jenkins back to Huggins. Here is Casey. Good strong run this from Casey. Takes a couple of players on. Perhaps shows a bit too much of the ball to the Sunderland midfield. I'm sure he'll claim a lack of support in there, but didn't need to make that risky run. He had options. Just trying to drive it out of the defence for a change as Cresswell gets his head to that. It's an important touch as well. Sunderland make their way into the box over the head of everybody. Just what Leeds need. It will be a goal kick. Garcia's pass was not the best, to say the least. Intercepted. Greenwood's got work to do. Gallagher as well. These players getting each other's way. Garcia's got to be quick here. Concedes a throw in, and probably good job that he was on his toes, because Leeds just They were unfortunate. The tackle was made and it bounced off Gelhardt, but Sunderland are just fighting off the scraps at the moment and trying to do all they can with it. Mark Jackson wants his players to come out as Casilla does just that. Good hands from Casilla, and now tries to start an attack straight away, which Niall Huggins will try and support Crescencio Somerville. Somerville's first touch is exquisite. Into the box he comes. Will he go all the way? He goes down. The referee says no penalty. A little look from Crescencio Somerville. Not the most vigorous of appeals, but again, it's one of those you just want to rewind and hope that he can dribble his way past. Once he's got the touch, it's more highlight reel stuff. Bit of a nudge. It seems to be on his way down before the tackle comes in. Ball over the top, Huggins caught out for a split second, he has to get back here. Ball comes in, Casilla gets to it, good hands. The Sunderland trialist was charging forward there. Casilla just wants Kodrame to come a bit shorter for a better angle for the pass, he does that. And Shackleton goes across to help out. Shackleton's role having to be a bit more explosive in the second half. He's played a huge role in the second goal, but more reserved and hoping to counter as Cresswell comes flying out of defence. It's the second time he's done this. Runs into a little bit of trouble, but just manages to hold the ball and play it now to Jenkins, who'd gone to cover at centre half for him. Again, Jenkins led the way, great passing this afternoon. Casilla forward to Gelhardt. Gelhardt again. Inch perfect footwork from the Leeds United number 9. Gets himself out of a spot of bother. Greenwood works it wide to Shackleton. He's got Drame just on the overlap behind him. Shackleton keeps it nice and tight. Sunderland, in their defence and their credit, make it hard work for Leeds as Drame comes forward and the pressure is too much. They force the error. It's good defending from the Black Cats. It still leads to Sunderland 0. Gelhardt just gets there, picks the pocket of the Sunderland defender. Shackleton into Greenwood, great first touch. He's going to go for goal, Sam Greenwood. He gets his angles all wrong against his former club. He got a hat-trick against them this time. It's going to be very difficult for Sam Greenwood not to go for goal on the edge of the box. Crescencio Somerville, though, clearly disappointed that he did in a much better position just on the inside. Somerville, of course, has got a hat-trick as well this season. Casey up towards Greenwood, can't get goal side and loses out. Sunderland will bring it clear, around 13 minutes to go, but do bear in mind the injury delays we've had at Thorp Arch. We're probably going to get a good few minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game as Somerville comes forward, tries to thread the ball through to Greenwood. It's a great first touch. Greenwood goes down in the penalty area. Heavy contact again. Now Greenwood is appealing for a penalty. And the linesman and the referee suggest there's nothing in that challenge and Leeds must wait for their second spot kick in this game. That one certainly looked a bit stronger than the Somerville challenge, but at first viewing very hard to tell. Sunderland coming over halfway, Leeds having to absorb the pressure rather than attack straight away from the off as Huggins tries to scrap away. Huggins perhaps gets a little clip on the edge of the toe there and he's in some pain now. Huggins, Sunderland continue. Across the face of goal, Casilla, deflection off Cresswell. Case is going to keep this ball in. He just hooks it clear up towards Joe Gelhardt, and I think Leeds are hoping that this ball's going to play it out. Joe Gelhardt's certainly asking that to be the case. With his players having to fight on without one of theirs on the pitch, Gelhardt makes the important challenge. They're going to concede a throw-in, and now Niall Huggins can get the treatment he requires. And he's in some discomfort again. So, worrying signs for Leeds. Fingers crossed it is just an impact knock. He was just trying to make a regular tackle and come off worse in that duel with the Sunderland right back, and Now Huggins hopefully can continue, because I don't really want to entertain the idea of a 11 versus 9 with 11 minutes to go. Now Huggins does look a little more comfortable than perhaps first feared. I'm sure he's not feeling comfortable right now. Leeds 2-0 up against Sunderland. Casey yet again with a very important interception. Somerville caught a little cold there, couldn't keep it under control. Huggins makes his way back onto the field of play. Looks comfortable enough to continue for the time being, putting plenty of weight on that right leg as Somerville gets in position ready to try and block this corner. Big 10 minutes for Leeds in their season. 10 points clear they will go if this result stays the same. They've got to watch out though as that ball nearly goes in at the near post. Shot's going to come in. It's a save. I think it's Kassir that's got his hand to it. Didn't know too much about it, but he's certainly done enough to keep them at bay as Casey once more, important header. Huggins is good enough and quick enough to get away from Greenwood, who's chopped down from behind. They thought they'd won the ball, Sunderland. It looked pretty close. Card's going to come out, and it's a challenge from number 6, Patrick Armand. Joe Gelhardt there, I think, just trying to demonstrate how many fouls there were. But as I say, very passionate Joe Gelhardt. See a replay of it. So Casey gets a hand to it at first. It's either Casey or Jack Jenkins that's, or Kassir should I say, gets a hand to it, gets it away. I can't say if it was Jenkins or Kassir with the important block towards the line. And Leeds are very fortunate there as Greenwood nearly gets to the ball. He's going to, I think, free kick's going to be given here. Jamie Shackleton's not happy. Jamie Shackleton's going to pick up a card for time wasting. Sunderland still feel that they can get a goal back in the next 5 or 6 minutes. They'll make a really nervous end to this game for Leeds. Joe Gelhardt's making his way back into that defensive position to hold out and hold firm on this free kick. A quick counter could be on the cards if they do win this first ball. Leeds get to it. Referee gives the free kick. Now Huggins was ready to break. Kiko Kassir wanted to go quickly, but a pass just didn't come off at the very last second. He wanted to play it over the top. Leeds player that was on rushing was being marked, so it stays in Kassir's grasp for now. He's ready to play the pass. Leeds 2-0 up against Sunderland, down to 10 men. And Perveda's injury forcing Leeds into a tactical switch. A goal either side of half-time. Joe Gelhardt fouled for a penalty. Tar Roberts converting it. And now Huggins, the man that scored with a quite superb second half counter-attack. Well, Casey yet again just getting to the ball at the right time. Gives it to Jenkins, who has to be quick here. Tries a little trick and gets away with it. Going to try and dance past the Sunderland player. A little flick around the outside. Eventually Leeds win the goal kick. Sunderland bringing the ball out from the back, fired forward. Cresswell on hand to mop up the danger. Goes back to Kassir, who's certainly had a more lively second half than he has a first. A couple of important saves, more touches. Clears the ball away. It takes a slight deflection off the Sunderland player, and Leeds have to get back. Has got a lot more scrappy the last 5 or 6 minutes. Somerville's got work to do. He gets there, gets the ball back, and now Leeds on the counter. Somerville will set off. Shackleton bursting forward in front of him. Cody Drama's on the right hand side, and Somerville goes and picks him out. He then goes down the line. He expected Shackleton to go with him, and Leeds, just for the first time really today, which is a nice thing to say, for the first time in 84 minutes, are not on the same page with an attacking move. First one that's really broke down after a lack of communication between all of them on that right-hand side. All looked a little frantic, everyone's wanting to get a goal. Joe Gallagher will be desperate to get one, of course, since he gave the penalty to Tar Roberts, or should I say Roberts took control of the situation. He'll want a goal in his first appearance back for a couple of weeks as Sunderland play the ball inside. Now a chance for them to bring it forward. It is with Hackett. He goes wide to Dunn. Dunn's got Shackleton to beat, who's tracking back, jockeying him all the time. Drame comes across and Cody Drame gets a very important touch, and that should be a goal kick, and it is. Absolutely brilliant from Cody Drame, and Charlie Cresswell the first to go across and make sure he knows exactly what he thinks of that tackle. Katie gets another important touch on the ball. Sunderland bursting forward. Greenwood, though, nips in at the right time. Now he releases Somerville, who just can't bring it further forward. He wins it on the second occasion. Tries to fire it down the line to Gallagher, and Gallagher should be onside. He's gone round the other side of the defender, who sided him down. That is a strong challenge. And Brandon Taylor, his tackle on Somerville earlier was very good. It's a shame for the young man that cannot be repeated with that. He's taken Joe Gallagher down, and Brandon Taylor is the latest player to go into the book, and he'll probably feel it had to be done with Joe Gallagher racing away. No sign of any apology. Took one for the team, and Joe Gallagher just hopefully he's just trying to shake this one off and just trying to take a breather as he stands over the free kick. No doubt take it short with Greenwood. Leeds won't be in a rush to put too many bodies forward, but it is a set piece. They do have the bodies back with the likes of Casey and Cresswell that can cause a real problem. Greenwood's lining up suggests he fancies a crack at going for a cross, as so Greenwood does float this one in, looking underneath the goalkeeper was Cresswell, just trying to get involved. Now Leeds are charging back. Casey, Joe Gallagher, one of the main players, and Charlie Cresswell giving everything for the cause to make sure it gets back. Cody Drame with the no-nonsense clearance, and Bother just trickled out, and he made sure there was plenty of territory gained. More time wasted. 3 minutes of normal time to go. Stoppage time should be pretty vast. 2 or 3 injury delays in this second half. Ball played in behind. Casey watches it, turns away from trouble and clears a bit further downfield, and I think on a case had a terrific second half. Final change. Sunderland sees Will Harris come on. He's replaced Ellis Taylor. Harris straight onto the attacking side of matters and trying to get forward, but Casey stops him in his tracks. Here is Greenwood. Greenwood shows too much to the Sunderland midfielder. He's under pressure again. Here is Hackett. Ball played forward. It's a good bit of work from Dunn. Goes past Shackleton. Can't get past Cody Drame though. He stands him up. Ball comes in again towards the near post. Casey's touch was enough. Cresswell, what a block. Superb work from Charlie Cresswell. Kiko Kasea was coming out as well. Looked like the right boot of Cresswell that got to that ball. Now Leeds defensively doing it the hard way. Digging in. Casey, another one trying to lead the charge. Big shout from him at centre half, just trying to make sure that this clean sheet is kept intact. As now Sunderland decide to swarm Kiko Kasea and make everyone stand underneath the near post. Leeds with Somerville trying to get to it. Somerville's touch is just about enough. Sunderland's bodies still a plenty in the box. Shot comes in. It's a real Gomel scramble. Leeds players flying in everywhere to try and make sure that they don't concede. Harris back out to the far side, and it still won't go in. And eventually Joe Gelhardt, who stands on the ball, smashes it out of play on the goal line. It had gone past Casilla. It could have gone absolutely anywhere, that one. And Leeds still 2 goals to the good. That cross is a bit too easy. Leeds not putting as much pressure on as Niall Huggins leads the charge, tries to force Sunderland back. Perhaps an offside trap played. The looping ball over the top. The Sunderland trialist brings it under control. Drame goes across to make sure. And Leeds so far holding firm. Charlie Cresswell with yet another really important header. Sam Greenwood nearly handballed that as he cleared the way. Now Huggins just going to watch this that ball roll out of play for a throw-in. He's not too interested in putting the keeper under pressure. He has to stay in shape and in formation. 90 minutes are up as yet again Charlie Cresswell wins another header. Drame has to stay switched on. The offside flags come up. Ollie Casey watching it as the referee looks across his line. And the Leeds, after a couple of minutes of real hard work in defence, have made sure that for now that 2-goal cushion remains. That will delight every member of that defence, in particular Mark Jackson, who will want to see his team pick up yet another clean sheet. They've had only one in their last 5. It came last time out against Stoke. They conceded to Fulham, acts of Wolves and Aston Villa as well, and Burnley. As here is Cresswell through the middle. Drame, a bit too fancy that from Drame at this stage of the game. Now Shackleton's trying to get back and help out. The pace of Shackleton helps him get there, but still not enough. But Charlie Cresswell, right leg, sticks that one out, makes sure he hooks the ball away. No foul given. 2 centre-backs in the second half for Leeds have certainly shown with the example just how hard this league can be. They haven't panicked, they've dealt with everything, both in the air and on the floor. All with a lack of a man on that left-hand side after Jan Poveda had to go off injured. As Leeds into stoppage time. This is the most Sunderland have seen of the ball. Do wonder what the scoreline could have been if Leeds didn't have to be reduced to 10. Credit to Sunderland, they haven't given up. They've fought for every ball. They've certainly made it more of a game of it in the second half, and just continues that trend in the PL2 Division 2 that there isn't an easy game. Even Leeds winning 4-1 against Burnley. It was a 10-15 minute spell where Burnley were absolutely battering the Leeds goal at 3-1 up. For Somerville completed the hat-trick. So Leeds with another big win. This will be 6 in a row. They'll go 10 points clear. They do have a game in hand. It is against Wolves, who are one of their closest rivals in third. As Greenwood tries to get that ball back, wanting one last chance at that Sunderland goal. Sunderland, for the time being, huffing and puffing, not too much attacking prowess, a lot of intention, but not much final ball. Quick throw-in taken. Greenwood has to come across. Cresswell and the trialist clash once again. They've had a really good battle those two this afternoon as Jenkins comes out. Casilla gives him the call, makes sure that nothing comes of that latest attack. Great ball from Casilla. Shackleton. Drame gets it. Drame's going to go on a bit of an ambitious run. It's a great ball to Shackleton. Now can Leeds end the game in style. Shackleton waits for the overlapping runner. He goes to try and cross it towards Gelhardt. It's cleared away. It'll be a corner. Last time Jamie Shackleton piled forward, he set up Niall Huggins for the second goal of the afternoon. He wasn't too far away from doing the same there for Joe Gelhardt, who deserves a goal once again for his tireless approach up front. Still waiting for a set piece to be taken. Charlie Cresswell is making his way forward. He wants to add to his tally. Be some effort though. and he's now been told, I think, to get back on the halfway line. No real intent for Leeds to get a third from a set piece. It'll have to be a counter. Or can Sam Greenwood and Joe Gallagher work some magic in the corner? Sam Greenwood's wrestling the ball away. It is going to be going back in Sunderland's favour for a goal kick, but even their players look like they've accepted the fate of this game. Taylor goes long, Cresswell beaten to it. He claims he was fouled, and the referee agrees. Free kick given to Leeds. Again, big round of applause from Casey, applauding his centre-back partner of many years. Jenkins was going to take that. Casey then took control. The ball over the top looking for Somerville. He almost gets in behind. Huggins down the line, Gallagher again with more ambitious play, wins the flick, tries to throw himself into the tackle, and he wins Leeds United a free kick. Sunderland's centre half not too happy about that call, but Joe Gallagher been a thorn in his side all afternoon. The free kick is taken towards Greenwood. Gallagher again, a couple of faint flicks back to Huggins. Still Joe Gallagher, crisper past that, or at least an attempted one into Somerville. It's cleared away. Trialist holds up the ball. Had a decent game, the Sunderland trialist, but hasn't had too much to do in the final third. Didn't have too much service, but he's held up the ball when he's got it. The Leeds have just kept him at bay. Cresswell in particular, the man that's been given that challenge. Couple more minutes for Leeds to hold on. That stoppage time is into the 7th minute now. He did have 3 long injury delays in his second half as Sunderland come forward once more. Referee has another look at the watch. And again, Sunderland running out of time here to get the ball forward, and run out of time indeed they do. Leeds United went out with a 2-0 victory at Thorp Arch. It was a first half dominant display, second half much harder, down with 10 men, but they got the job done. A first half goal from Tyler Roberts from the penalty spot, and a really good counter-attack from Leeds. Shackleton to Niall Huggins sealed the deal at 2-0. So Leeds United make it 6 wins in a row. They're unbeaten in 9 at home, and with the scorelines elsewhere not able to affect their place at the top, they go 10 points clear. Burnley won earlier in the day. Doesn't matter for Leeds. They continue this march towards the PL2 Division 2 title. 10 points clear of Stoke. They're due to play Middlesbrough on the 7th of this month, which is this Sunday at 1 o'clock. Thank you once again for joining us on LUTV. Until then, it's goodbye.